Hey, horror fans, once again, it's the Horror Miser Money G, and today we'll talk about last night's pre-ultimate episode of American Horror Story Cult. Now, we begin last night with the last debate of the election between Trump and Hillary, and we see Winter, along with her two other classmates from Vassar, yapping it up about the debate, saying that there's simply no way people are going to fall for Trump's BS, and Hillary is going to wax the floor with him until Kai can't stand it anymore, and he goes at it with one of the women, making sexual innuendo comments to the women, and then they throwing it back at him. So one girl just walks right up to him and tells him that she'll give him a hand job because obviously he can't get a girl. Pisses this guy off to the point where he smacks the shit out of her. I mean, he really smacked the shit out of her, and the girl threatened to sue. And the girl threatened to say she's going to press charges. And press charges she does, because 2 weeks later, we see Kai talking to a psychiatrist. And guess what? It's BB. Yes, Francis McCoy. Francis McCoy is back. Oh, Conroy. Sorry about that. Francis Conroy is back once again as BB. You know, Valerie Selena's right-hand woman. And she really gives Kai the inspiration to leave the cult, but not for his purposes, but to leave a woman's rage, saying that Donald J. Trump is going to release the rage that women have had all this time because of his stupidity and innuendo. And if Kai does it right, he can go on ahead and start that rage. So Kai is going to lead a woman's rage? Kill the opening credits! Now, after the open credits and after a scene out in public where once again Kai creates more controversy and more drama for himself, where he gets pepper sprayed by somebody that goes against his values or whatever he's trying to spill because he wants to win that Senate seat that's going up for grabs in the mid elections. Then it's back to the basement with his misogynistic bodyguards. And then he talks about Charles Manson and the killings that happened on Cecilia Drive, and which they show very graphically. Once again, one of the main characters, the guy that made all the killings, is played by Evan Peters. We also see Sarah Paulson as one of the Manson girls that killed Sharon Tate and the rest of the people during the Helter Skelter murders. Very vicious, very brutal showing of the killings. Even by American horror standards, they really went there, which I can understand. Some people might find that a bit squeamish, but they actually went there. So I give American Horror Story credit for going there during those meetings. And Kai is just going crazy to the point where he now starts to suspect that there's a mole in place, and he wants to know who the mole is. So after the Charles Manson murder, after he talks about the Charles Manson Helter Skelter murders, they decide that they need to make a point and decide to go to this Planned Parenthood place, thinking that they're going to make some people riled up. And poor Gary, he goes and he breaks into the whatchamacallit, but it's not. He doesn't see any of the misogynistic bodyguards. He sees all the clown people in the cult dressed up, and they surround them. And poor Gary is left to sacrifice himself for Kai's cause, in which I thought was a little misleading because Gary, look, he lost a hand for Kai. Now Kai's going to kill him just because he thinks it's going to serve some purpose. No, to me, I felt that was kind of doesn't make any sense. Doesn't do any justice to the character, but I believe what the writers were going for. This is just Kai at his lowest, because now he's being delusional where he's not thinking straight, and he's going to sacrifice one of his main loyalists just to try to prove a point. And poor Winter, she's starting to get concerned about Kai because, one, she doesn't believe that Ivy's going to some cooking school in Paris and thinks that Kai is becoming a bit too dangerous. Even gets to the point where we see the now broken Beverly, and it's very sad to see how broken Beverly is. She even tries to give Beverly a ticket to go to some place to run away from Kai, but Beverly's so broken, she says, "Tell the Divine One, I'm not turning. I'm loyal to the cause." So it was very sad to see Beverly broken that way. Be mindful of that ticket. Meanwhile, Kyle's delusions about a mole in his group get to the point where he thinks there's a bug in there, and he and Allie or he hears buzzing, but Allie doesn't hear anything. He eventually runs into his dead parents' room where he sees a hallucination of his dead brother, who is killed all of a sudden by an hallucination from Charles Manson himself, once again played by Evan Peters. Evan Peters, as Charles Manson, says that it tells him that it was the bitches that caused him to that turn on him. So it's got to be Mo. And once he goes back downstairs, we see BB has returned. It appears as though she's not happy with Kai, thinking that she was supposed to lead. He was supposed to lead the charge for women's rage, and unfortunately for Kai, fortunately for her, Kai has different plans, and he's not going to be the one to do it. She literally backsmacks the shit out of him, pulls out a gun, is about to shoot him, but bam! Allie shoots her dead. Oh God, way to go, Allie! So that leads to Charles Manson says that far out, man. There ain't definitely no Mo in this one. But we all think that Allie's playing some game because I think she has an end game that's going to be revealed in the season finale. But let's get back to what's happening right now between Winter and Kai. We see this nice little scene between Winter and Kai while she's shaving Kai up, and she says that, you know, I'm always loyal to you, Kai, but it's time for me. I think I need to go on my own. And Kai said, sure, why not? How about this? How about you go to a ticket to Montana? Pulls out the ticket that Winter gave to Beverly. And his two misogynistic bodyguard comes and pulls Winter out, and we go back to the basement. And he believes that Winter is the mole when we see the bug and the rest of the receiver that so conveniently placed by Allie. And Kai tried to tell her to confess, which of course she does it. So unfortunately, poor Winter is strangled to death by Kai. He screams and screams, and he strangles her to death, and unfortunately he strangles poor Winter to death. It isn't before long before we actually see the reveal of the true mole. It's actually one of his misogynistic bodyguards. He actually cries and cries and actually pulls the recorder out from his tape to his waist and starts crashing. And then who gets into the back seat? It's Allie, and she says, "Hello, Speedwagon." Oh no! What does Allie have planned for the season finale? Now, normally when I see these type of episodes, these what they call pre-ultimate episodes, basically it's supposed to set everything up for the season finale, and sometimes they're pretty good and sometimes they suck. This one was actually pretty good. Everything is in place as far as we want to see what Allie's end game is, how delusional will Kai will get. Will we ever see Beverly get out of her funk and be the Beverly that we know and love to become the strong woman that she loves? And will we ever find out? And will Kai's pursuit to the mid-Senate race backfire on him? So that's what's all setting up for the season finale. So, like I said before, I understand why they killed off Gary. Yeah, it doesn't make sense story-wise or character-wise because it doesn't fit in the narrative for what the character Kai is. Why you want to kill somebody that's been loyal to your cause. Look, the guy cut his hand off for you. But because in his delusional state that he is right now, and I don't know it's because he wants to live up to the cult leaders that he talked about last week and talked about Charles Manson. I don't know if he's doing that for, but obviously in such a delusional state, he killed his own brother and killed his sister. But I think more than likely that Allie is going to be the one that's going to triumph when everything is said and done, because she's got an end game, and whatever that end game is, we'll definitely find out in the season finale. So, my horror fans, what do you thought about the pre-ultimate episode of our American Horror Story Cult? Did you really enjoyed it? Do you think everything is set up for the season finale next Tuesday? Or do you think this was another terrible pre-ultimate episode? Leave your comments down in the comment section below and let me know what you thought about last night's episode of American Horror Story. And also, what do you think is going to happen in the season finale? Do you think Allie has an end game? Will we actually see Kai murdered? Or does he have one other manipulation up his sleeve? Again, leave your comments down in the section below and tell me what you expect is going to happen in the season finale of American Horror Story Cult. Well, that's my video for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And like I said, next week will be the season finale of American Horror Story Cult. It's been a very fascinating season. I can't wait to see what they have in store for us for the season finale of Cult. American Horror Story Cult. Again, if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share as well. And again, if this is your first time here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you can become part of the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And also, as usual, all my social media links will be down in the description below as well. I am on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, and Twitter. I am with a group called Killer Fix on Facebook where we talk about horror all week long. And on Fridays is free for all Fridays where you can talk about anything. Hey, look, we can even talk about Thor Ragnarok or the upcoming Justice League. So again, you can meet me on Facebook as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules.